Hi, everyone. Welcome to this special presentation with Mike and Ethan. Or,
Alf will not be seen tonight.
hey, we are back talking about the comic strip, which, if you don't remember, is spelled Comicstrip. And this is actually the third time we've started because we accidentally started and then forgot to record. So we got to do it all over again. It'll be even funnier the second time. That's what we have to tell ourselves.
That's right. This time we're not going to just. At least when we only lost 10 minutes of rambling about an unrelated cartoon that
Yeah.
I just remembered for no reason at all. But we're not talking about unrelated cartoons. We're talking about the comic strip, and specifically not Mini Monsters, which we talked about for two sessions.
2 sessions.
Uh,
Yeah, we had a lot to say about mini monsters. Mostly we are just introducing the concept of the comic strip, which, I mean, didn't need 2 hours. It's like, it's 4 cartoons. Boom.
Yeah, but also the comic strip didn't need to be 2 hours long.
No,
Like
it didn't.
itself, it did not need to be that long. Especially because, as we stated, three of these cartoons were just excuses to make the fourth one, and boy, does it show.
Yes. 3 of these cartoons really feel like they didn't go much further than the tagline created for the pitch. They really lean so hard on their taglines. As in, like, are your kids monsters? Send them to Camp Minimon. Or, he's lean, he's mean, he's a karate machine. Boy, do they lean on that one. The Karate Cat doesn't have any other joke.
He's doesn't he say meow baby or something at one
Yeah.
point?
No, there's a character called Meow Baby.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess when I finally watched Karate Cat, which I watched Street Frogs for this one and then gave up. I was like, I can't go any further.
Yeah.
This 15 minutes of Street Frogs has defeated me.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, Street Frogs. I mean, I'd say it's I'd say it's only the third worst. I would say
Um,
Tiger
mhm.
Sharks is the best but not good, and and Minimon is the best of the bad ones, and then there's Street Frogs, and then there's Karate Cat.
Oh man, Karate Cat must really fucking suck.
And yet it's the one that we have some of the most episodes of because apparently Karate Cat got a full release as its own show in Greece.
How? Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to watch Karate Cat in Greek, you're all set.
Is this like one of those weird things, like how Kid Video ended up being like super popular in Israel,
Yeah, it's got to
and
be something like that.
yeah, and Dinosaurs apparently like blew up in like Brazil for some
Huh.
reason. Um, but here in America, we did not care for the comic strip. We did not care for Karate Cat. We did not care for Minimon and or Mini Monsters,
Yep.
and we especially do not care for Street Frogs. Now, I will say one thing about Street Frogs that is I think that is kind of impressive because when did the um, uh, comic strip come out? Like 87, 88?
87, yes.
All right. So in 1987, they made a cartoon with majority black coated frog characters, which I just realize now is possibly possibly problematic. I feel like there's a long history of black coated frog characters in like wasn't Bosco a black coated frog character?
Bosco? No, he's a actually I don't know what kind of animal Bosco is besides a black person except with ears.
Oh, okay.
You might be
Perhaps I'm
thinking of
thinking.
Flip the Frog, but I don't think of him as necessarily black coated. Apart from that, being a rubber hose character, they were all kind of inspired by the look of blackface. Even Mickey Mouse was.
Right. Oh, are they called rubber hose characters?
That's what I grew up calling them.
Oh, okay, I always called them ink blot when I was,
Yeah, I noticed that,
but
and I was like, "What's that?" Oh, whatever. I had to look it up, and I was like, "Oh, I guess both terms are used."
oh, okay. Well, at least I feel like both of these are at least more common than when we started referring to the Big Nose school of comic strip art, which apparently was an actual term of art.
Yeah,
So,
big
um,
nose, which I think supplanted Bigfoot.
oh my, is that true?
Yeah, Bigfoot style is like the style of Popeye and Mutt and Jeff. You know, characters who have like big flared feet.
Oh yeah, they have those shoes that have the kind of bulbous uh what do you call the tip of the shoe?
The toe?
You know, the toe. You know the toe. They have the big bulbous toe on the shoe.
Yeah.
Is which yeah, apparently people thought that was really funny. Maybe it was like perhaps that was some a reference back to like, you know, physical clowning where
Yeah.
you wore big clown shoes or something, and so everyone's like, oh, these amusing characters will also have big clown shoes.
Because that
But
makes a lot of noise on the stage. Oh, but there is no stage.
well, I mean, it is interesting how like pre-existing art forms like influence subsequent ones, despite and these tropes that originally had a purpose just become incorporated as aesthetics. You know, there's many such cases. Well, one that I always think of is how stage magicians always wear those tuxedos, just because in the 1800s that's what everyone wore, and that stage magicians wore what people in the audience were wearing to look formal. But somehow that became the magician look. So now they just all do that.
I was told that that actually comes from Robert Houdin, the one that Houdini takes his name from. That,
Oh, really? So there's a specific guy who
yeah, a
dressed
very
like
specific guy who dressed like that to to counter the look that other stage magicians were taking, which is the robed wizard look.
that. Oh, okay, interesting. Well, they should bring back the robed wizard look. I would like to see a magician that dresses like a wizard. You know, I feel like it would really add something to the whole show.
It would be yes, and it would
Um,
be very funny if this wizard with his tall cone hat and long beard was still doing things like presto changeo.
I would like to see a wizard who does like what do you call it, up close magic.
Yeah, especially like out on the street.
Yeah, it'd be especially funny if it was just like one of those with like one of those use magic to impress women guys, but a wizard. Like honestly though, if an actual wizard like did some magic, I mean, I would be impressed. Like if a wizard came up to me and did some magic, I'd be like, well, I can't not fuck him. You know? Like, I mean, come on. So yeah. Anyway, bring back wizards is what we're saying.
Yes.
Are they or witches possibly?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Are there any lady magicians? Now that I think about it, I don't know that I've ever seen one.
It's man, I know there must have been. I know I've seen enough magic, like young magicians of tomorrow specials. That I've definitely seen women performing magic, but I couldn't give you one by name, which is really disappointing.
Oh yeah, I think I know one actually. Now that I remember, maybe you've heard of her. There's this one, I think in Japan, and her gimmick is that she's basically like Samara from The Ring. And so
No.
she just like is really creepy and has the hair over the face and just like doesn't talk but does magic tricks. I've seen her I've seen a few of her performances recorded.
That sounds
But
pretty kick-ass, actually.
yeah. I mean, she's good at it, and and it's and the creepy Samara act is really good for distraction because the judges are always getting like freaked out by her hair, and so they miss when she does like the trick. But other than that, I can't think of it. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head, and I'm sure there must be some, but like how magic is, it's all dominated by Chris Angel and
Yeah.
that other guy, I don't know,
I don't know.
the amazing Randy. I don't know.
The Amazing Randy, well, he's dead, and
Oh,
the amazing Jonathan is also dead.
oh, damn.
Yeah. So don't be amazing, or you'll be dead.
Yeah, and the amazing atheist is dead too. So
Yes.
and that guy didn't even do any tricks.
I had no idea. I remember, I have a couple of friends who were just like, I really hate the Amazing Atheist because he looks just like my friend Ethan. It's like, no, I don't. Shut up.
Wait, does he look like you?
I don't know. I never watched him, but I don't think he does.
I'm gonna have to look at him again. Let me 1 second here. Let me look up Amazing Atheist. This guy. Let me tell you this. I mean, got a he's got a beard,
Eh,
I guess, and long hair. In that sense, I guess he looks like you.
I mean,
But
I do have a lot of very iconic features that you can put together to make a caricature of me.
yeah, I mean, I in the sense that like in the sense that a bat might look like a snail, he might look like you. But I mean, I'm not getting a whole lot here. I forget. I think he turned out to be bad. I don't remember his
Yeah,
whole
I
deal.
think yeah, I think he went kind of manosphere, but I'm not really sure. I never
That
really
seems to
paid
be a thing with
attention.
these guys.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, it's like, yeah, these guys are always like, guess what, God's not real, and also I'm mad at women. It's like, all right, well, whatever.
can't God
um
just be real without you getting mad at women?
I mean, these things seem unrelated, but I guess everything eventually comes around to being mad at women. But in any case, the Amazing Atheist is not very good with his tricks, and I don't know any other. That's my entire knowledge of magic. The Street Frogs, however, don't do magic.
Which is too
They
bad.
they do bad.
Street magic frog would be cool.
Yeah. So the Street Frogs, they are a five black coated frogs. Oh wait, maybe I was thinking of Bust Rod from Forbidden Zone.
Bust rod?
Yeah, have you seen Forbidden Zone?
No, no.
Oh, okay. That there's a frog in it that's uh kind of black coated. But Forbidden Zone is a it's a trip of a movie.
The
Um,
the Danny Elfman movie?
yes.
Oh yeah. Okay, Jan Stewart Swartz is Bust Rod. Okay.
Yeah. Um, but anyway, yeah, maybe I was thinking of Bust Rod. I don't know. I'm okay. I don't know. I thought that there was a long history of black coated frog characters in like racist cartoons, but like now I'm doubting myself. So who knows? The important thing is these frogs not very racist, to be honest.
Not especially.
Uh,
No, they are mostly just a group of not especially well-moneyed kids trying to make their way in the world, and you got to applaud them because you know they are very much underdogs in this story.
yes. I think their thing is they
Underfrogs.
want to be hip hop artists. Because who can do hip hop better than a frog can?
Yeah, again, we're going to hear that a lot.
Yeah.
And
Now, the joke is because frogs hop.
okay, you're going to have to explain that one to me.
Okay, so basically, hip hop is a style of like urban poetry,
You lost me.
and yes, and frogs do a motion. They
And what's a
move.
frog
They
do?
locomote by jumping up and down, which is also called hopping, and therefore it's a pun on the word hop being in both of these things.
Okay, but when do the frogs hip?
Um. Well, they have hips,
Oh,
so I think
okay.
kind of. Um. Again, as I stated earlier, this cartoon is from 1987. So, Honey Love Loretta,
Yeah.
uh, the sole lady frog among the street frogs. Not a lot of ass on this frog. This
No.
was when cartoon ladies did not have huge asses. This is the pre Butch Hartman years.
Instead, she
Um,
has an enormous belt to give her a feminine figure.
yeah, that was what you did in the 80s. Like,
Yes.
ladies wore belts. They had belts and they had eyelashes. That was
Yep.
how the secondary sex characteristics of a cartoon character.
She does have a very flat chest, which is appropriate since she's a frog.
Yes. She does have she has big pink hair.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think any of
'cause-
the others have hair. They all wear hats.
Yeah, I mean, because she's a girl, she gets hair. So you know, it's the Smurf principle, I guess.
Now, this world that they live in, this is a pretty expansive anthropomorphic world. It's not just a town of frogs.
Yeah, it seems to be like I vaguely remembered this as a kid, thinking it was all kind of like reptiles and amphibians, but it looks like that is not the case. It looks like they got all sorts of things because we've got we see some cats, we see some birds, lizards.
I thought I saw a fish, but it was just a blue lizard.
Oh yeah, that iguana thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we watched what is it? 3 episodes of Street Frogs?
Yes. 3 episodes. The one about the wedding, the one about the car, and the other one. What was the other one?
They become DJs in the third
DJs,
one.
right?
Yeah. So yeah, like we said, they are urban frogs. They're trying to become musicians, and obstacles are in their path.
Yes.
Um,
Like that they
because
don't
it's-
seem to know how to play instruments or even like DJ, or
no, they mostly
don't own any instruments.
no.
Bill and
they
Ted are
beatbox.
closer to being rock stars than they are.
Yeah, they beatbox, and that's pretty much it. Now there is like the Street Frogs does have like musical interludes,
Yes.
which I assume are the Street Frogs supposed to be the Street Frogs sound.
Yeah.
You know, that's the Street Frogs.
So they're sort of a garage band.
Yeah. And the music is fine.
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad at all. But it does go on. It kind of reminds me when, you know, in Spartacus and the Sun Beneath the Sea, when they were like, we need to fill up 20 minutes, have Vic and Back run around and do that song again, you know.
Do the flash bick.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, here's the pirate song. It's one verse, but we're going to do it 18 times. So it does kind of eat up a lot of time, which is kind of funny because not a lot happens in the Street Frogs, and yet they really stretch it out.
Street Frogs is really meant to eat up time until Tiger Sharks.
Yeah. The main thing that seems to happen in these is that, well, I thought as a kid, like I said, that it was kind of reptile focused because your main non-Street Frogs character is Snappy Sam, who is a turtle, I think.
Yes. And I think he's the best character because he's the curmudgeon of the group.
Yeah, he's fun. He's got like some sass, and he runs a diner. So, which I feel like is again a very '80s thing because like the '80s was kind of like obsessed with the '50s.
Yeah,
and
these 50s
so you
diners where you have red seats at the counter. They love
Yep.
that.
Yeah. So that's again very typical '80s thing. I think Loretta works at the diner. That's the impression I got.
Yeah, and the others just hang around and basically bum food off of Snappy Sam, who does not give it to them. Basically, they're like, "We'll split a water."
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the Street Frogs themselves, apart from Loretta, do not have a lot of individual personality.
No, I mean there's so who are our Street Frogs? We've got
We've got
Moose
Dr.
the Loose,
Slick, who wears
Dr. Slick.
who wears sunglasses and a tracksuit, and is he the one that does the moonwalk? They seem to
Yes,
mostly
I think so.
be defined by their various dance moves.
Yeah. That
To be
is
honest, this
that.
show would be better if it were Street Frog. Just combine them all into one, or maybe make it just Loretta.
Yeah. Well, I do think like there does seem to be a little bit of overlap here because Spider and Big Max feel like the same character
Yeah, I keep
as
forgetting which
does
one is which.
yeah, and then Moose the Loose and Doctor Slick also feel like the same character. So it's like we really just need one short fat frog and one tall thin frog.
Yeah, it really feels like they accidentally took two different designs for two characters and said put the OK on them all, and suddenly there were five instead of three.
Yeah. It's yeah, but like I guess again they were like, well, we gotta pad this all out.
Yeah,
So
got to fill time. Though
yeah.
my favorite thing about Big Max is him defending his existence by saying, "Hey, I'm sticky, I'm wet."
Oh, because he's a frog. You
Yes.
know. But yeah, yeah. So I guess Big Max has a little bit of something going on because he seems to be like the baby of the group who's getting forgotten. So that's
Yeah,
kind of his bit.
the annoying tag along little brother. So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, if you removed the other three from the equation, it could just as easily be the Loretta and Max show, but
Yes.
or Honeylove and Max. She's the only
Right.
one who
Right.
has a regular name in addition to her stage name.
Yeah. I guess her thing is she's she's born to be a star. So that's
Yeah,
like a lady. Um, but the other character that we get, the other recurring character is Typhoon Toad, who is a DJ, and uh,
yeah.
feels like
He sets the plots into motion. Almost every episode starts with him making some announcement on his radio show, and the Street Frogs answering the call. He has this kind of interesting show that's like, I don't know, classified ads, where people will call in with their odd jobs, and he will say, "Hey, apply at this address if you want to do this."
yeah, it's kind of an analog version of crowdsourcing, I
Yeah,
guess, because yeah, I feel like in real life this would be an incredibly inefficient way to find
yeah. But at the same
employment.
time, just think if Rankin Bass had just done this in real life, they could have invented Kickstarter 20 years earlier, and we would have forgotten that they ever did cartoons, because they'd just be the guys who invented crowdsourcing.
Oh, that's right. It's kind of like how we all forget that Pomplamoose was a band.
Yeah. How we all
Um,
forget that one of the first people to ever contribute to Kickstarter was David Cross, contributing to the founding of Kickstarter because he thought it was a great idea.
oh, you David Cross
Yeah,
Cro-
of Mr. Show. Yeah.
Mr. Show. Oh yeah. That was before he grew his beard.
Yes.
Now he looks like you
Yeah, he does.
because he has a beard.
Big white beard. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but okay, but we do still remember Mr. Show, so he hasn't completely subsumed into his second career as the
No.
guy that gave money to Kickstarter. But so yeah, the hop line, they call it the hop line,
Yes.
and in our first episode, like a cat in a gorilla outfit brings
This makes
a cake
sense.
yeah, he throws a cake at Snappy Sam's face after bringing it for his birthday from Snappy Sam's bowling league, and then lets everyone know that he got this gig via the hop line, which is this thing that Typhoon Toad does. And so all the Street Frogs decide that they too will get employment via the hop line so that they can use the money to make a demo tape and get big. They end up catering a wedding, and doesn't go good. They fuck it up and don't make any money. That's
Yeah.
the end.
That's
That's it.
Yeah, they make like $1 each. Hang on to that. Keep them. Except that it's not called $1. What do they call it? They call them
Seed.
seeds.
Yeah, yeah. I was unclear if that is like the currency that they use in this world, or that's supposed to be like a hip jive way of saying money.
It could be
Like
either one, but I noticed while watching Karate Cat that they don't say dollars either. They say skins.
interesting. And the mini monsters, as far as we know, don't use currency, so I don't think we heard them refer to money as anything.
No, they're on the barter system.
Yeah, I mean the issue is like since dollars are copyright U.S. government, they didn't want to spend they didn't want to spend the money to get that license, so they're not allowed to say dollar on the show.
I guess they didn't want to show like a frog on the dollar bill and be like, wait a minute, if frogs are black and George Washington is a frog.
It's very awkward because he owns all those frog slaves.
Yeah.
And also, how does he make his false teeth? Because frogs don't even have teeth.
Yeah. Actually, I've heard that frogs do have teeth and toads don't, and that's one of the major differences between them.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay, I take it back. So Typhoon Toad has no teeth, but the street frogs do have teeth.
Of course, some frogs have no teeth and some toads do. And then there's the Suriname toad, the one that you've probably heard of because it gives birth through its back.
I don't like that.
Yes. Gross. Yeah. That is not actually a toad. It is a tongueless and toothless frog.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. See, that's the problem. You don't know what you're getting with any of this. Someone should make a nomenclature system that works.
Yeah. There isn't really a hard line between frog and toad, nor is there between butterfly and moth.
You know what? Carlos Linnaeus, do better. I assume that's his name. I can't remember. It's not Carlos, is it? It's probably Carl. I think he's Norwegian, so I don't know why I called him Carlos.
Carlos Linnaeus.
Carlos Linnaeus, But anyway, street frogs. We are assuming they're all frogs. They're green, so they're frogs.
They're green, they're frogs, but they do have really big turtle-like snouts. So they don't necessarily look as froggy as they could.
Yeah. I mean, Loretta being a girl has like...
Yeah, she has no snout whatsoever, yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to... She's, as hot as a frog girl can get, I guess. I mean, no, they could have made her hotter. I mean, they decided to keep her on par with the male characters of the cast. That's good. Yeah. You don't want like extreme sexual dimorphism where the girl is like really serious and the guys are all goofy. I hate it when they do that.
The Candy Kong situation. That is my least favorite.
That's real. I find that kind of offensive, to be honest. I don't agree on that. I think that that you should have. I think that it's misandrist.
Yeah.
But they did not make Loretta, look like Charo in the Thumbelina movie. So that's good.
Yeah.
But they do go to this wedding, and there's a second episode. In the second episode, they work at a garage.
Yes, they work at a garage where, I mean, okay, they work at a garage, and the end? No, not quite the end, because mostly they just work at the garage, but other than that, there's also, at the last minute, you get another additional plot point where Dr. Slick witnesses a absolutely... destroyed car that they were waiting to have towed away, and he buys it by pooling everybody's money. Once again, they got paid about $1 each.
Yeah, that seems to be a recurring thing with them. Yeah, but like that was the Street Frog episodes are kind of weirdly structured. Like the first one with the wedding, it ended, and I was like, well, I mean that seems like. It's not inappropriate to end right there, but for some reason it felt like there was more. There should be more. It felt like it ended like prematurely, and I guess like they were like, look, we only need to fill up 5 minutes because it's the comic strip. There's going to be 3 other shows, but Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy, we keep getting kind of coming to quiet points here because there's just not much to say about this show. I mean, maybe we. I mean, I understand that you couldn't take this and Karate Cat in a single viewing, but oh boy, I wish we had another show to go on to.
Well, yeah. Well, there was one final show. There was one final episode after these first two where they had where they went and they did hopline things.
Yes.
In the third one,
the third one involves them going to what they actually take on Tijuana Toad's job for a minute and give him a vacation for the first time in weeks.
Yeah, but it turns out they fuck it up. Oh, yes. So this one, there's a contest to see who gets to be like the substitute DJ while the Toad is gone.
Yep.
And so they enter this contest, and then Typhoid Toad is reading the winners, and it's like third place, third runner up, blah blah, second runner up, blah blah. First runner, it's like, why would you bother having runners up for this contest?
Yeah, what are they gonna win? You get I don't know what, a red ribbon.
Yeah, I really don't know what it's like. You don't like, you either get to be the DJ or you don't. There's really no consolation prize for this. But they do the thing where he's like reading a name and he's like street, and the frogs are like, oh, we only came in second place, and he's like, I was wrong, not street, sweet something, and they're like, oh, I guess we didn't lose, we're gonna be first
Frogs, place. Badass song.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like, this really isn't that interesting.
I saw this done better on an episode of Roseanne, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, because in Roseanne, it's possible that they might not win, but in this one, it's like, well, clearly they're going to win.
Because that's because there's no episode if they don't win. Though it would be sort of, I don't know. I sort of like the idea of making an episode where they don't win, and then they're like, well, let's just say we won anyway, and fake our way through it.
I mean, there'd be more to talk about,
I guess they can't have the main characters being explicitly unfair like that. Just be like, yeah, who says we didn't win? We won. We're gonna storm the Capitol to show that we won.
Yeah. Very problematic of the Street Frogs. But anyway, so the Street Frogs, they win the DJ contest, and the Toad goes on vacation. He more of a staycation, really. He just stays home and hangs out on his roof drinking a drink, and they're like, but the Street Frogs then they play their demo tape instead of following his instructions, and he gets mad and comes in and yells at them. But then it turns out everyone likes it, so they get a call from the president, and the president is like, I guess I like this thing, and he's like, Mr. President, and then it ends.
The president of Frogland? Frogmerica?
I guess. I was actually like, wait, are you the literal president called to like voice his admiration for the Street Frogs? That's what's going on in this cartoon? Like, I was wondering, is it the president of like, the channel, or the president of the country? Because is it
President Frogan?
Yeah, because I thought at first it can't be the president of the country. It's got to be like, the guy who runs the station is calling up to like, and this is Typhoid Toad's boss or something. But no, I think it actually is the literal president of Frog, the United Frogs of America, or wherever the fuck they live. Who knows? Freetown, America. That's kind of the end of that episode. Oh yeah, except that then they go back to then they're back at like Snappy Sam's, and they say, Frogman Jack said next time he goes on vacation, we can take over for him again. But he just bought a sun lamp, and then they all have a good laugh because he's never going on vacation again. Anyway, street frogs. Who could do hip hop better than a frog can?
Apparently, everybody.
Well, how would we? Yeah, I think it's impressive that they actually use the term hip hop though, because that is, if you recall, throughout the late '80s and into the '90s, and I believe to this very day, white people who I assume were in charge of making this cartoon generally call it rap.
Yep.
And
yeah, that's what it was called on the show. Yo, MTV Raps.
Yeah. And I just remember that, like, at a certain point, it's like it became very clear that only white people are calling it rap because probably because, like, it's like how when grown-ups start using, like, your slang, you're like, well, I'm going to change what it is because clearly that's not cool. And it's like, yeah, rap is like, if you use rap, it shows that you're not cool. You are like, you're like no grown-ups allowed, man. But it's if you say rap, you always sound like one of those old people who's like, no, I don't like any of that. Whoa, whoa,
I don't want my kids hearing that race music.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like Street Frogs actually using the term hip hop is pretty impressive. But I guess they had to, or else they can't make the joke about like who can rap better than a frog. That doesn't really work.
Who can rap better than a moth can? Street moths.
Yeah.
Or I guess street spiders. I don't know.
Yeah. Who can? I guess the spiders rap. Are they good at rapping?
Yeah, they wrap up bugs.
Oh, they do. They do, in fact, yes. So that requires a little bit of thinking, though, to get that pun to work. But the Street Frogs, okay, that's the Street Frogs. They have frogged it up.
They sure did. And they were not street frauds by any means.
No, I don't like this cartoon.
No,
it's interesting
it's
because...
Good.
No, we watch a lot of these old cartoons, and sometimes it's hard to say why they're good or bad. Some of them just have a je ne sais quoi where you're like, yeah, there's something here that's like worthwhile. Because I think like a lot of the ones we watch, like, you watch old like I watched old like Galaxy Rangers, and I was surprised at like how much there was in that, and old Dinosaurs and He-Man and even like Care Bears. It's like, yeah, there's something here. This one, not so much.
This one can really tell is animation under duress. They're just like, get it done so we can put the other thing on.
Yeah, it feels very unfinished. It just feels like these are not so much episodes as vignettes. We're getting like the beginning of an episode, and then they just lost interest.
I'm wondering, based on what we've seen, do you think that Street Frogs has a continuing storyline that we would actually eventually follow the Street Frogs to success?
I don't think so. I feel like they were just still so uncreative. They couldn't think of a second thing for them to do, so they just keep doing the same thing, and that makes it feel like these things are connected.
That makes sense.
Because I feel like Camp Minimon kind of had the same feel to it, where it was like, wait, are these episodes connected? Because they feel like it feels like one thing that just won't end. But I don't think they actually, if you actually like try to look at it with logically, you're like, no, these are separate episodes. They have no overlap. The only reason they seem like to be the same thing is because I kind of glaze over whenever it's on, and I can't tell where one ends and another begins. You have to watch for the Draki to appear in the logo to know when the next one is on. But yeah, Street Frogs.
Street Frogs.
I feel like Street Frogs is not as good as Basket Fever, which is saying a lot.
It is. Now, before I go on to the incredible reveal about this cartoon, which I kind of put together over the course of watching a few episodes, what did you watch until the commercial?
Was there a commercial? I didn't even notice a commercial.
Yeah, there were 2 commercials that came after this. One for the My Little Pony Flutter Ponies.
Oh, I remember when they brought in the Flutter Ponies.
Yeah.
That was a real big deal.
It was, although I don't think the actual Flutter Ponies ever got much of a, individual focus. Like this is the main Flutter Pony, and she has a couple of Flutter Pony pals or anything like that.
No, I think that they were always just kind of like
as a group.
A group. Yeah, they were kind of like the what do you call them, the sea ponies in that sense.
Yes.
Except they didn't have a song.
They
didn't go shooby doop, shoop shoop shooby doop.
I mean, they introduced the Flutter Ponies in the movie that we watched for BabsCon, but I don't remember any song for them.
Yeah, that's right, because they were necessary to stop the schmooze for some reason.
Yes, they were the thing that could stop the schmooze.
Yeah, it turns out that when they say that you can't stop the schmooze, you can, in fact, stop the schmooze, so you might as well try. And the secret to stopping the schmooze is the Flutter Ponies.
Yep, you just have to wave your wings at it, apparently.
Yeah, and the schmooze is like, I'm done. I can't.
I'm out of here. Forget it.
Yeah. So that is. But yeah. So what was? No, I missed this ad. I missed the commercials.
Yeah. So there's an ad. There was an ad for Flutter Ponies, and then after that, there was an ad for Fruit Wrinkles. Do you remember Fruit Wrinkles?
I remember that you had that Sunkist or whatever company
Fruit
did
Corners.
that.
Fruit Corners?
Fruit Corners? That was the company?
Fruit Corners, where life slows down to a crawl.
Wow. Okay, so I believe, if I recall correctly, that Fruit Corners, the company that makes Fruit Wrinkles, they investigated the deepest, darkest jungles to find trees that were wacky enough to grow fruit wrinkles.
That was Sunkist Fruit Roll-Ups.
Oh, are they not related?
I think Sunkist eventually bought. Oh no, not Fruit Roll-Ups. Fruit Roll-Ups was also by Fruit Corners, but it was bought by Sunkist, I think. And but no, that was Sunkist Fun Fruits.
Oh, so
the Fruit Wrinkles are pretty much the same thing, except that they're sort of like withered.
Oh, okay. So they did not grow on laughing trees.
No, this commercial does not feature the Fun Fruits tree. It's actually literally a Penny cartoon from Pee-wee's Playhouse, except without Penny.
Oh, okay. So who's in it instead of Penny?
A little boy named Randy? Roland.
I've never heard of this guy.
Yeah, he looks exactly like it looks exactly like a Penny cartoon, but instead they're advertising fruit roll-ups and fruit wrinkles, and things are just claymationally morphing all over the place.
Well, that was kind of par for the course for like 80s commercials. They did a lot of that sort of thing,
Yeah.
Like
CGI was not a thing, so there was lots of clay animation.
Yeah, everything kind of felt like the Sledgehammer music video.
Yes.
And
I believe these people were involved with the Sledgehammer music video.
Yeah, so like I just remember like if you watch things like Colgate's Rush to Brush commercials.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh yeah, lots of wacky stuff is happening.
Oh, so, that is absolutely my aesthetic. Those old Kool-Aid ads. Yeah.
Yeah. They should bring them back.
Yes. I miss it. Okay. Are you ready for the origins of Street Frogs as far as I can tell?
Let's hear it. What are the origins of Street Frogs?
Okay, well, first you have to know, the fact is that the Street Frogs is basically the New Edition cartoon.
The New Edition?
Yeah, the band New Edition. Do you know anything about the band New Edition?
I've never heard of this band.
You have probably heard 10 of their songs without knowing that it was New Edition singing them. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see. New Edition gave us Mr. Telephone Man and Candy Girl and oh, what's Cool It Now. That's the one that includes the line Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. If I like a girl, who cares what I like? Where they actually name the band themselves.
Oh, huh. I mean, I've heard of Candy Girl.
Yeah, they had a lot of hits, but the fact is, they were subject to a lot of serious fraud. Honestly, the story goes that New Edition got its name because they were intended to be a new version of the Jackson 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
how'd that
So
work out?
they got five really talented kids, including Bobby Brown, who became a big star in his own right. You might remember him appearing as the Three Blind Mice in Mother Goose Rock and Rhyme.
Right, right.
And the first song that they wrote was Candy Girl, which is very explicitly inspired by the Jackson's Five's ABC.
Okay, interesting.
So yeah, they made millions of dollars for their record company, and then were dropped back off after the tour at their homes and the projects with about $1.47 each.
Oh, it really is the Street Frogs.
Yes, not even kidding. Yeah, they made they did a U.S. tour or world tour and got paid like $1, and everything else got taken out as expenses. So
Wow.
yeah, a lot of the history of New Edition is them fighting people trying to take advantage of them. Even the much better agent that they got after that was still skimming.
Wow, that's what a world. That sucks. It sucks to be them.
Yeah, it really sucks. So you understand why Bobby Brown eventually went solo, and then three of the other members they formed the band Belle Biv DeVoe. If you ever heard that name.
I have not heard that one.
Yeah, well, Belle Biv DeVoe. They were the best known spin-off of New Edition in the '90s. I remember hearing their name mentioned in a Taco Bell commercial. Scorpions, Belle Biv DeVoe, get to Taco Bell before they go.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, I've never heard any of this.
But yeah. So, all right, let's go back a little further, 16 years earlier, before Street Frogs and before New Edition, and look at the Jackson 5 cartoon. Did you know there was a Jackson 5 cartoon?
This sounds familiar, but I
Yes.
don't really think I did.
Can you guess who made the Jackson 5 cartoon?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Ruby Spears.
Nope. Once again,
Is it
it was Rankin Bass.
Really? Really? Rankin Bass?
Rankin Bass made the Jackson 5 cartoon, which didn't use any of the Jackson 5's names, but Michael loved it. He was like, "Yes, I'm a cartoon!"
That seems like the sort of thing that Michael would really like.
It really does, yeah. And anyway, so New Edition was basically trying to do the Jackson 5 all over again, but this time they'd get all the money instead of the kids. Mustache twirl.
Oh,
So, but one interesting thing about the Jackson 5 cartoon is that in order to save money, back then, do you know what was in all the cartoons that they were making in like 1971?
to save money, they put something into a cartoon?
Yes. Because there was something that was required for all the cartoons in the early 70s, and that's a laugh track.
Oh, damn. That's right. I forgot that they used to do that.
And I know it sounds so insane to us now. Actually, I think one of the reasons I liked cartoons as a kid was that there was no laugh track in them. But
Yeah.
anyway, because they were supposed to have a laugh track, but there was like a monopoly on whose laugh track you could use. Rankin and Bass made their own. They had their own laugh track that was, not so great, but it got better over the course of 2 seasons of the Jackson 5. Anyway, so my theory is they're like, oh, they're doing the Jackson 5 over again? Hey, maybe we can get in on that. And remember how we made our own laugh track last time? This time, let's make our own New Edition.
Well,
So
I
it's
mean,
so it is New Edition with the serial numbers filed off and made into frogs, so you wouldn't recognize them.
I didn't recognize them, but I wouldn't have recognized them even if they weren't frogs, I think.
But the music is the real giveaway because all of the songs in this are actually kind of sound-alikes and or knockoffs of New Edition songs. Like
Oh,
Mr.
huh.
Frog Dancer is like a knockoff of Mr. Telephone Man.
Oh,
And then
okay.
there's Chill It, which is clearly Cool It Now.
Huh. Um, I mean, the music's not bad.
No,
I
it's
guess,
not
like,
bad. I
yeah,
mean, I wonder who the actual studio like singers were that they got to do these songs. Who wrote them?
they didn't get the actual New Edition to do it,
No, they did not. Yeah.
which is too bad. They might as well. It's not like they're doing anything.
Yeah. Well, the new
Um,
edition broke up, became multiple other groups, and is performing together again, including the guy that they got to replace Bobby Brown is now performing alongside Bobby Brown. So new edition is getting work.
oh,
One would
okay.
hope.
Well, good for them. Um, yeah, okay. I did not expect it to be such a, you know, such a to do.
Yeah, it is it's actually kind of fascinating that all these things kind of come together, and you start to see how the state of the world and the state of the entertainment industry shaped this cartoon. This otherwise extremely forgettable cartoon that actually does give you a really specific look at a specific time in the recording industry.
Yeah. Um, well, like yeah, and I thought Kid Video told us a lot about the state of play, but no, apparently Street Frogs is really
Man, I wish
um,
Street Frogs were more like Kid Video. I freaking love Kid Video.
yeah, Kid Video is good. Also, it's got some good music in it because
Yeah, it has some very good music, which is why they can't put it out on DVD or anything. But
yeah, good
but
job.
also it has so much really wild, out of control kind of visuals, like stuff from the stuff from the real Ghostbusters, but there's no ghost explanation. It's just happening.
It's because of music, man.
Yeah, I mean, uh, the I've talked before about how Captain N the Game Master is basically a remake of Kid Video, but with a video game theme, which I think makes a lot more sense because if you say, "Well, these kids got warped into music video world," it's like, what the hell is music video world? Aren't most music
Yeah,
videos just filming a concert?
I mean, it's not like there's villains to fight in music video world. I mean,
No.
I guess there were. They had to fight those cats, those
Yeah,
furries cats, but
the
it's
copycats of
yeah,
Master Blaster. Yeah.
yeah. It's not like it's not like video games kind of are narrative and kind of lend themselves more to it.
Yeah, and if they actually did get into songs with a narrative, then it would be more like Kid Prog.
Yeah. Well, I'm just they they
Yeah.
should do that.
If
There's
you
gonna
want to
there.
yeah, they should have boofed Prog.
I mean, it's got a built-in audience. People love Prague.
Yeah.
All the nerds love Prague.
Yep.
But yeah. Anyway, wow. So I guess that was why they did uh this. They did the Street Frogs.
That's why they did the Street Frogs. Well, ostensibly, they did Street Frogs to hold your attention barely through commercials until Tiger Sharks came on. And
Yeah,
so, I mean, like, at this point, though, most kids are like, Tiger Sharks had better be fucking great.
I can't wait till we get to Tiger Sharks, but I think we do still have to go through the shadow of the Valley of the Shadow of Death and
Yes.
watch Karate Cat. That's the
Karate
next
Cat is
one.
coming up. Okay, I mean, Karate Cat is just like, I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but it's a karate show by people who don't know karate comes from Japan.
It was the 80s. It
It
was
was
the
the 80s.
80s.
And, who's fucking animating this? The Japanese!
Well, it is funny because in the 80s it was just like everyone's like, well, it's all what did they understand that karate was an Asian martial art at least?
I mean, they kind of did. I mean, the nice thing about karate, well, actually, we're not even pronouncing it right. It's karate. But still, it's easier to pronounce in English than a lot of things.
True. Honestly, I most in the 80s I just remember everything in Asia was just people were like, oh, China.
Yeah, we did not. A lot of people did not understand the difference between the countries, and we're like, well, what's the difference between the people? Is it the angle at which their eyes are slanted to? I think somebody actually said that on the playground once. Ugh.
Well, in America, in the 80s, it was still very fashionable to be like, yeah, how do you tell them apart? They all look the same. You can't tell a Chinese from a Japanese. It was a very different time, very racist. Not like today, where we were over racism.
Well, I do remember. I do remember reading a blog that I loved about a African American teacher teaching English in Japan, and how since people only knew black people from the movies, people would keep asking him, "Are you Will Smith?"
He should have leaned into it.
I know I was gaining weight because somebody said, "Are you Al Roker?"
I remember as a kid, I understood that Japan was where the monster movies came from.
Yep. And we knew that depending which country you watched it in, King Kong versus Godzilla had two different endings. It actually didn't.
Yeah, which is really disappointing because it's such a, as a kid, like that was such a, like, I don't know, it was like oh, there's a cool lost version that you can't see, but
yeah. And apparently this comes from these like monster movie books that were in every school library.
I remember those. They're all like with those black and white photos.
Yes, I loved those.
Yeah, I remember, and like they would have like, boy, reading those books really made me think that the Deadly Mantis was a much more well-known movie than it really was.
No. The Deadly Mantis had one of those books? Really?
Yeah, or it was mentioned in a bunch of those books at least. So, I have never actually seen the Deadly Mantis, and I don't think anyone has ever seen the Deadly Mantis. But
wasn't it a Mystery Science Theater episode? Pretty sure it was.
Oh, was it? Well,
yeah,
then,
like season 8. Yeah.
Oh, then if if you've seen the Deadly Mantis, it's probably from Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah. But even then, I can't remember anything about it. All I remember is the pre-Mystery Science Theater film, It Came From Hollywood, which was like Mystery Science Theater, except it had celebrities watching clips of movies. Yes.
Wow, that feels very ahead of its time.
It really was, yeah, and critics hated it at the time because it was so new. But there is a segment where Cheech and Chong are watching a bunch of monster movies, and you see the limb of the Deadly Mantis coming out to attack somebody, and Cheech yells, "It's the attack of the 50-foot chicken wing!"
It does. Those things do kind of look like chicken wings.
They do.
Well, somehow we managed to talk for a whole hour about this nothing burger of a show, Street Frogs. So,
I would like to demonstrate to you that I can, in fact, do hip hop better than a frog can. Watch me rock. There, I made that noise like a straw.
Well, you know what? Yeah, that's. I have to say that is better than any hip hop I've ever heard from a frog.
Yeah, honestly. So yeah, come back next week and I'll demonstrate that I can do hip hop better than a pangolin can.